Alright, here we are to do a few examples on list in Python. But before we go on to a few examples, I just want to give you a heads up on a particular concept. Let me say something like this, alright? I have a list of numbers, let's say something like this, alright? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a list of numbers. Now, I create another list1, which is going to be equal to list. If I say my list1 is equal to list, if I say that, alright, now if I print list, it will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I print list1, it will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I have to change an element of the list, let's say list of, I want to change the second element. That means list of 2, index is 2, this is 0, this is list 1. List of 2 is going to be 0, 1 and 2. This particular element I want to change. I want to make it as 7. If I print list, 2, 3, 7, 5, 6. But if you have a look at list 1, which I did not change, if I print list 1, it will also be 2, 3, 7, 5, 6, which means it says list 1 also changed because list changed. Why so? Because if you see the ID of list and if you see the ID of list 1, both of them are objects of list class, and both of them though they are both are instances, they are pointing to the same object. Are you able to understand? The minute when you said equal to list, which means both of them are pointing to the same object. So if you change any element of list, list 1 element also changes. Okay. Now, if I would change just, let me say, if I don't want to change, if I want, if I don't want this to happen, one of the ways that I can avoid this to happen is by copying one list into another by slicing operator or by the copy method Okay, how do I do that? Let me say, if I say I'm creating list 1 now, okay, once again, a list 1. This time I'm not saying it is equal to list, but I'm saying that is equal to list of just a colon as a slicing operator, which means if I have not specified any number before the slicing operator, it means it is starting from 0, and this means it is going up to the last element. So now if I see what is list 1, it is 2, 3, 7, 5, 6, and what is list? 2, 3, 7, 5, 6. But if I change list of 2 once again, if I change it to 8, list has changed, but list 1 hasn't, because list 1 are both the addresses same? It says false. No, both the addresses are not the same. Both of them might have been, because the value of list, the values which were there in list got copied into list 1. Okay, that's one of the methods. What if, is there another method? Yes, there is another method. Let's say if I say list dot control space, it says list dot copy. If I say list dot copy, if I copy that, if I use that method and if I copy to list 1, right? What is list 1? 2, 3, 8, 5, 6. What is list? 2, 3, 8, 5, 6. If I again change a list of 2, if I make that is equal to 40, or if I just make it as 12, list 1, 2, 3, 8, 5, 6. Even with the copy method, it doesn't change. Hope you understood how to copy one list into another without making them the same list or making them the instances pointing to the same object. But sir, there is one more problem. What is the problem? Let me say if list is equal to list within a list, which means I have 2, 3, 12, 5 and 6, but I have the last element as another list, which is 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? I close this list and the outer list is closed. Now this is list, and this is let me say list 1 is equal to list with a copy like this, or I can do list dot copy also. Anyway, both are fine. List 1, list. Both of them are currently instances to different objects. Is list 1 It will say false. No, both of them are having different IDs, right? Okay. Now, if I could access list of, let's say 2, and I make it 4, as I told you, list has changed. But list of 1, list 1, has it changed? No. But if I say list of, if I take this particular element, which is an inner list, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is your fifth element. So list of 5, what is list of 5? It's another list. So if I say list of 5, that particular element is a list. If I want to access one of the elements inside this inner list, which means list of 5, and from that list of 5, which means another list, I'm going to go to this particular value, which means that is going to be the first index in the inner list, right? That is 5. Now this particular value, I want to change it, and I'm going to make it as 8. And then I say enter. List has changed. What about list 1? Even that changed. Why? Because when you did a copy, when you did a list.copy, the inner elements of this got copied into list 1. Both list and list 1 are instances of different objects of the list class. List and list 1 are instances to different objects in the list class. But this inner one, these are of course, as you can say, let me just write what is the ID of list of, or list of 5. What is the, one second, ID of list of, oh, it's not list, it's LST, list of 5, it is this. And if I say list 1 of 5, what is the ID? Oh, so both these lists, these two inner lists, are pointing to the same object. What about ID of list of 4, or list 1 of 4, and ID of, let's say ID of list of 4? Both of them are pointing to the same object, which means, can I say, though list and list 1 are pointing to different objects, but each of the elements inside are pointing to the same object? Yes. So now that is the reason why if you change any element within this, these two are basically the same object. So if you change any element within this, you're going to change the entire thing, which means a simple copy will not do. You need to do a copy. If you have to do a copy, or if you want to do a copy which is of a list within a list, that particular copy is called as deep copy. What is it called as? Deep copy. Okay, so if that is deep copy, let me say, if I have to do a deep copy, can I say something like this? I need to go to copy class. From copy class, I need to import a particular method called as deep copy. From copy class, I need to import a method called as deep copy. And then, now if I say list1 is equal to deep copy of list. What is list? This. What is list1? This. If I change now list of 5 of 1, if I change that, now it is 8. If I change it to 9, list changes, but list1 does not change.